Yes! Hello! Yes! Hello! We made it! Woo-wee! We made it! Here we are! We made the special live stream, the Inspirational Live. Here we are, the 1st September. Foxy's fun inspirational live stream with me, Fox Pitt Mayo, hosting it. And here we are. And this one, I'm going to have something interesting to share. It will come along a little later, but I've certainly got something interesting to share. Oh, thank you, Alice. Hello, Alice. Lots of great big hugs and squeezes to you always. Hug and squeeze always. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't hurt you with a nice big hug and squeeze. You know. And Heidi, hello, Heidi. No, please, Heidi, my lovely Heidi, my birthday friend, who had her birthday on the 2nd of September. Don't worry about a thing. Please don't worry about a thing. I'm so sorry I abruptly ended the first part of the late night live. Why it was ended abruptly, I have a big, strong explanation for it, was because my internet connection got dodgy, connectivity issues, and there was a buffering comment. So that was why I finished things off quite early. I'm sorry I ended it so abruptly. No, really, I am so sorry about this, you know. And hello to Rexy. Hello to Graham. Fantastic news for both yourself and Fiona, that one of your honest, what a deranged individual. Not you and Fiona, but the person who sent the death threats to yourself and Fiona. Thank goodness justice is going to be held for this troll. And thank goodness she's being taken to court. And I really do hope she either gets sentenced or is just locked away in a psychiatric hospital. You know, because what she said is not only illegal, but it's not only wrong, it is despicable, it's disgusting, and it is horrific. Disgracefully horrific what this person said to yourself and Fiona. No, really, this person is clearly not mentally sane at all. And thank goodness Fiona named and shamed and called out this person. And I'm really I am awaiting with open eyes and ears the full outcome of this deranged individual's trial. I'm waiting with open eyes and ears on this. Ginger, please, Ginger, don't you worry. Don't you worry about what you said to me last night. Don't worry at all, please. You didn't know, you just got things mixed up. You got things mixed up. We all get things mixed up. So no worries whatsoever, you know. Hoping you're having a nice afternoon. Daphne, hello. Come on, Daphne, I'm in the middle of a representation. Why don't you say hello? Come on. It's okay, you can quickly say hello. It's okay. But just to let you know, I'm in the middle of a live, okay? Okay, here you go, run along now. Daphne quickly said hello. You know, but hoping you're having a nice afternoon, but really, by and large, if anything, by and large, I seriously hope, I really hope you had a wonderful birthday recently, lovely Heidi. I certainly do. You know, infamous, you'd be famous for something quite bad or something pretty serious. But famous, you'd be famous for something, you know, infamous and famous. They are two similar things. That's the right way to describe it. But infamous, you'd generally be known for famous for something very bad or serious, or a serious crime or serious, you know, incident of a matter or incidental event that happened and all that. But famous, you'd be generally something positive you'd be famous for. There are two different meanings to famous and infamous, but I know you already know this. Hello to you, Diane. Hello, hello, hello to you. Yes, you're never too old to be learning something new. Certainly not too old. Sapper, hello! And fantastic song you did recently, Sapper. Well and truly fantastic song. No, really, a well and truly fantastic song. Well done, really. Round of applause to you. And thank you for the CGI portrait pictures of me. I put some of them up on my community postage, and they are generally well received. And thank you for the collaboration regarding future merch, which I'm hoping to get started with in 2025, or if possibly earlier, the very latter end of 2024. But I think 2025 is the likely realistic timeline, we'd be able to sell merch and things. But thank you for the collaboration. Thank you for the collaboration. You're not feeling as happy. Oh, sorry, Rexy. So sorry hearing this. I hope you're feeling happier now. You know, Marcia, hello to you, my lovely Marcia. And hello to Wookie, Lily, and Sky. Hello to you all. And hugs and cuddles to you all. Cuddles to the cat and the dog. And hello and lots of hugs to you and your dearly loved husband. I'm not going to say the thing, but I know what your preference is to a man, but I'm not going to repeat it. But you don't have to say what it is, Marcia, or otherwise we could all get into trouble. But wonderful seeing you on here, my lovely Marcia. Hello to you always. Hello. And good evening to you, Kaz. Hello to you, Kazi. Wonderful seeing you on here. I couldn't be more thankful to Sapper, Ginger. I really couldn't. Yes, Kaz, I'm so sorry I've not replied to you as of yet, but I will reply in due course. I had seen your comment, but I had seen the comment and I was going to reply, but I forgot. Stupidly, I forgot. But I will read it before far too long. Though I will certainly read it before too long. You know, oh, Rexy, you're still feeling awful prior to college. I'm so sorry. Whatever happened, Rexy? Do explain. Hope you're feeling happier soon, but are you feeling stressed about going to college? But I hope you feel better soon. And Dawn-Marie, hello to you. Thank you. Dawn-Marie, if I did have to abruptly end the first part, I'm sorry it was abruptly ended. And why it was abruptly ended because of connectivity issues or with my internet connection. And also there was buffering with a comment that came through. So that was why it ended abruptly and things got a bit messed up. Nobody did anything. It was just connectivity issues and the buffering comment that messed it up. But when I did the second part after a refresh and reboot, the second part, the last second half, it went perfectly fine. You know, but hopefully tonight's late night live or PJ party, it could work well for future titlings of late night lives. Hopefully it will go okay. Thank you for your support, Kazi. Thank you. Oh, you're not stressed about college. Just you lost all happiness. You're happy on the outside, absolutely dead on the... Oh, no. Oh, Rexy, I'm so sorry. Hope you're feeling better soon, as Kazi was hoping for you. But no, both of us are hoping this for you. And Kazi, I'm sorry I said this far too late, but happy birthday to your now 13-year-old twin. They're twin daughters, are they? And I'm hoping your son is well too. I'm hoping he's well as well, because you said he's got an innocent demeanor about him, which reminds him of me a little bit. It could work for the future, Marcia. PJ party. It could work for the future, and I will try and send Sapper a screenshot of me in my pajamas and gown. Well, he's obviously already seen it, but hopefully he can recreate it in a CGI or cartoon-like portrait, hopefully. But I'll see what he can do. But obviously he deals with numerous requests regarding cartoon portrait images and CGI-like portrait images and musical creations. He gets so many demands from it now. I wouldn't want to bombard him with those suggestions and things. No, I wouldn't want to bombard him with that. No, Kazi is lovely. She is well and truly lovely, Rexy. No, she really is. And I love her dearly. You know, she is a mother herself, yes? And I think because she's a mother, she obviously can represent love to those who are younger than she is. That's my hunched conclusion as to why she represents love to people younger than her age. That's my guess, but I could well be wrong. But please remind me if I was wrong, Kazi, because I wouldn't want to be seen representing nothing but misinformation about you. It's the last thing I'd want to do about you, because you're a good friend and I love you dearly. Sometimes the late night ones will be better for you. Marcia, why is that? Could you explain, please? Could you explain why the late night ones will be better for you? Please, do explain. I'm curious to hear your reason behind it. You have an image of Kenny Everett in his gown and cigarette. Oh, do you? Kenny Everett. Okay. Okay. But do I resemble Kenny Everett? I'm just going to look up the guy. Wait a moment. Kenny Everett. I don't think Kenny Everett resembles me by all means. I don't think so. But you have a picture of him in his dressing gown. No, you have. No, really. Thank you for your friendliness always, Cassie, and it's certainly a pleasure always. Thank you for being so kind towards Rexy. Thank you. And thank you, Diane, for your friendliness towards Rexy. Thank you. No, that explains everything. That certainly explains everything. This certainly completely explains everything. But I just hope you don't get too much distraction with your cats and your dog at bedtime, Marcia. I really hope you don't get far too much distraction on that matter and all the things. Yes, I remember you saying before, 14-year-old boy and 13-year-old twin girls. And also, happy birthday to your grandmother for later this month, Kaz. 97. I mean, that is one hell of an age. But fantastic age to reach, undeniably, without questionable doubt. You know, but I am sorry for her eyesight issues and things, because didn't you say she was blind? Which is why she's a bit fed up with life because of her blindness and things. No, I am sorry that she's got vision impairment and that she had to give up swimming because of vision impairment and things. But it sounded like she led an active life prior to visual impairment. You know, I mean, to keep swimming up to 90 is impressive. Obviously, she obviously sounded like a very active lady, especially through her 80s and all that. Well, I am so sorry about her rendered visual impairment. Oh, Jody, hello to Jody. Lots of love and hugs to you always. Hello to you, my lovely Jody. Hello to you, and hello to you, Stevie. Hello. We've got most of the wonderful ladies on here. Rex, I will swap you. You can have my life and you can have mine. Well, why would I don't know if Rexy. I don't know if I'm not sure Rexy would know what to do with if he had your life, Sapper. But don't get me wrong, you have a fantastic life. I believe you lead a fantastic life. You know, with all the musical creations you do, the live streams you do for us all, very generously, and also all the cartoon and CGI portrait image creations you make. So really, I think you lead a fantastic life, Sapper. I really well and truly do. So well done for. You know, but well done for all that you do. And I really applaud and commend you for all that you do, Sapper. And I cannot thank you enough for the images you kindly did for me and the song you did for me. So thank you. Thank you. And Maureen, don't you worry about being late, Maureen. It is certainly completely fine. Oh, you don't have to, Cassie. You certainly do not have to. She's almost fully blind. I remember you saying she had visual impairment. She's almost fully blind. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that. No, I'm extremely sorry to hear that. And no, I could imagine if I was almost fully blind, I would be annoyed. Not only would I be annoyed, I would be desperately unhappy about it. No, really, I would be desperately unhappy about being almost fully blind. I think anybody without questionable doubt would be unhappy about being fully blind, Cassie. Much more could certainly be said without questionable doubt. I mean, I could certainly explicitly point this out. But she's doing very well, despite it. I'm happy she's doing very well and carries on the best she can. But really, happy birthday to her for later this month. Oh, Sapper. Doesn't matter when people come and go from my live stream. It certainly does not matter whatsoever. It, by and large, doesn't matter whatsoever. Yes. It's 9 p.m. UK time, which would be, hang on a minute, Texas time. So 9 p.m. UK time would be 3 p.m. UK time. No, I know it's... Serpent, I know it's banter. You're good with the banter, aren't you? Yes, Jodie, laughing one's arse off. Excuse the language a moment ago, but brilliant one, good banter. No, I wasn't being serious when I said, "Oh, come on, Sapper." I know I wasn't being serious because it was good banter. You're good with the banter, aren't you, Sapper? And Sapper, I'm to be in this live, something could well captivate your interest, seeing what I'll have to explain later on. It could well captivate not only your interest, but everybody else's interest. But I'm going to see what your review will be after all I have to explain, because today is a special day today. And why is it special? I'm going to explain later. 3 p.m. Texas time, Ginger. Yes, 3 p.m. Texas time, Ginger, which would be 9 p.m. my time, my neck of the woods. But fortunately, I should be able to watch it because I'm event attending on the Saturday. And fortunately, I should be back far more than just in time for the event. I'm not going to say where the event is, because if Harriet was on here now, but she can't make it at the moment because of certain commitments. That's why she's not here at the moment, but she may come on later. Either she does or she doesn't. She did tell me this privately, but if I did say where I was going event attending wise for Saturday and Sunday, she would get very overprotective of me and get upset. And I do not want to upset my wonderful friend Harriet. Nor, Sap, I wouldn't want to upset any of you for the world, because I love, you're all wonderful friends. All of you wonderful friends. And I really, I do not take any of you for granted. You're all wonderful friends of mine. No, really, all of you on here are just truly wonderful, very supportive, endearing, and friendly. And I cannot thank you all enough. And Loco, hello to you. Don't worry about being late. Bill, don't you worry. It's wonderful seeing you always, and Loco and all that. Train delay, that's a possibility, but don't worry. It's beyond one's control when it happens. No, not yet. I will send it to him before too long. I will send it to him. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. Yes, Working Minis by the Sea. The Minis by the Sea event, that took place on the Sunday just gone. I've uploaded all of my videography footage featuring the event, and I've also done my imagery slideshow video of it, and I've got another imagery slideshow video to get uploaded, but not sure when I'm going to get it done, but I'll certainly get it done this month. But all the videography footage featuring the event, Stevie, I've got uploaded, and the imagery slideshow video and all the rest of things. And it's Tasso. Hello to Tasso. Hello. I would be the same, Maureen. I would feel exactly the same. I'd be completely the same. I find it, it's therapeutic to see anything valuable in life. Many sights and things to experience are an accompaniment to one's valuable life, Maureen, to share things off to you and all that. Okay, if I could just about get it. I'm going to show something, Loco, regarding picture. Oh dear. Oh. I need to share. Oh dear, no. How is that? Oh, wait a moment. I'm just figuring out the present. Oh no, it's not slide. No. No. Sorry about this. I'm just getting things. Oh, God, again. No. No. So sorry about this. Trying to show a picture. Don't worry, I'll get it up. I'll get it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think I've got it. So sorry about this. Okay. Think that'll do for now. Can't even find it. Oh dear. I'm really trying to find it. Oh, this is it. That's the picture. That's it. But no. Oh, hello, dear. It's quite a surprise to see you on the live. Hello. Hello, gosh. Hello. Surprised to see you on here, dear. But I don't know what on earth is going on. I didn't honestly thought you could just freely share a picture. I really could have thought that. Yes, Sapper did create it. He certainly did. Oh, pictures. There we are. Okay. There we are. Now I've got it. This is the picture. I hope one could see it. But that's the one. That's the one here. Hope one can see it. There we are. Hello, Joseph. Yes, I slept okay. Open the pic. Okay. Sorry. Open. Yeah. Sorry about this. No, oh, there we are. Choose another app. Maybe that will work. I think that will work. I'm so sorry about this, the dilly-dally. Okay. There we are. That's the picture. That's the picture I'm referring to. This is Loco's picture, I believe. And but Loco, what do you think of it? Maybe if I broaden it out a little. If I broaden it out a little, maybe that should work out okay. I'm so sorry about the mess or the dilly-dally, but I'm trying to figure things out best way I could and all that. But this is it. So, Loco, what do you make of it? What do you make of it? So, how does this work, everybody? How's that working out for you? How is that working out? This was meant to be you, Loco. That was meant to be you. It is my friend Loco in CGI portrait print. It really does, yes. It really does, Jodie. I certainly completely agree. I agree, Marcy and Stevie. Yes, I cannot thank Sapper enough for that. I really cannot thank Sapper enough for it. You know. Oh, Ria, thank you for your friendliness towards Hailey. If you didn't know, Ria, we had Hailey's birthday recently. It was Hailey's birthday recently, to tell you of things. So thank you for your friendliness towards Hailey herself. Our lurkers. I don't mind lurkers. Oh dear. No, Ria, we are sorry if we ruined your lurking. We apologize. I didn't even know you were in here a moment ago. Apologies if we ruined your lurking. Yes, I'm sorry if myself and Sapper and everybody have ruined your lurking. No, don't worry, you didn't know, you know now. But Ria, no, really, Ria, I am sorry if all of us, including me and Sapper, had ruined your lurking. No, really, we are well and truly sorry about this. No, really, we're well and truly sorry for that. Thank you, Zeph. Thank you for your friendliness towards Ria. Both of you are very good to one another, aren't you? No, really, you are. You're well and truly good to one another, I must say. No, you really are, and I mean that, for sure. Sure. Okay. Now time to remove for now, and I'm going to show another thing. What's the next thing I'm going to show? It's a fantastic thing Sapper did, and I cannot thank him enough. He is a man of fantastic talent, Sapper. So I'm going to show another thing, which I'm going to use in a thumbnail in the future. No, not going to open it with that. I'm going to choose another file, so that it can work well for the StreamYard, because I don't think it worked well for StreamYard at the moment. It was on the 2nd of September. Yes, that is certainly true. But another thing to show, that is a picture of me, as in CGI version beside an organ. Let's say this would be a Burson's organ, for example, or a Limonaire fairground organ. Let's say it's either a Limonaire fairground organ or a Burson's organ, but really well captured in CGI portrait. So Sapper, thank you. Thank you very much for this. I completely agree, Ginger. Yes, no, Sapper really is very talented, I must say. That's another picture of me in CGI. And let's get another. Just going to close that now and get another one I'm extremely impressed with. I'm certainly highly impressed with it. I'm greatly impressed by all means. I mean, without questionable doubt, I am extremely impressed. And getting another one up. And another one of me. Another, the hair is slightly different, but it's fantastic all the same. That's another CGI portrait. I agree, Marcia. Yes, no, I really agree. It's excellent stuff Sapper has done, no, really. And I truly agree. I truly agree, Bill. It really is excellent, I must say. I agree, Loco. It's very, very good. It's extraordinary. No, I treasure it enormously largely. No, really, I treasure it enormously largely, I must say. No, really, I do. I really do. And let's show another. We're not going to show far too many more, but let's not show far too many more. But that's me in cartoon CGI portrait. No, not CGI, cartoon portrait. With and a route master in cartoon portrait. That's a type of manufactured make of bus. No, he really has captured my style and my love for fairground organs. Loco Sapper has really done that. He's done extremely well for it, I must say. Yes, no, that would be a good idea. That would be a well and truly good idea. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for your friendliness as usual. Thank you. And thank you, Jodie. Thank you. Yes, please subscribe to Sapper's channel, or otherwise he's going to come round. He's going to send some people round to come round and steal your pets, or drag you down to a pier and force feed you either fish and chips or donuts. That's what Sapper would do. He'd get people to do that if you don't subscribe. There we are. But never mind. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, and let's show another. Let's show another one out here. And that's another CGI picture of me. Yeah, that's me. No, it really is brilliant, though. I truly agree. That's an interesting suggestion, Bill. Good one. Good one. Good one. No, but don't give Sapper far too many suggestions, because he has got a lot on his plate with requests and things. So let's be careful with suggestions. But it's an interesting one all the same. No, it really is, Zeph. The Christopher's song that Sapper did is brilliant, I must say. They were the days, weren't they, Dormady? Oh, yes, well said. But what's another one I'm going to show now? And another one of me, another CGI portrait. Brilliant, brilliant. There you are. There you are. But there's a particularly... Yes, no, I'm looking forward to your Saturday live, Sap, but I should be on that. Even though I'm event attending on Saturday, I should far more than likely make the live right on time, even though I'm to be event attending on the Saturday and the Sunday, the ones being the upcoming Saturday and Sunday I'm referring to. But other than that, I should far more than likely make the live stream right on time, being that of your live stream, Sapper. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you, Ginger. That's extremely nice of you to have said that. I've had people say this to me, and Sapper himself said, I'm like the Willie Rushton with the narrating, much to my surprise. No, voiceover work really is difficult to get into, Zeph. No, you need to be vocally talented in order to get into voiceover work and all that. So you're completely right on that matter. But thank you. Thank you. Oh no! Oh dear! Sorry about this, Maudine. My apologies. My apologies saying this. Sorry if it upset you or got you salivating. My apologies. My apologies about that. Where would I need to sign up to, Sapper? That's the question. It's a question of who I would need to sign up to for voiceover careers and things. Who would I need to sign up to? That's the question. Crispy Kreme. Good, they do good donuts, Zeph, by all means, by and large. But there's another thing I want to show, and I treasure it enormously. This it's a cartoon portrait of mine Sapper did for me, and I treasure it enormously. I well and truly treasure it enormously. And I will show it before too long, but it's a cartoon portrait he did of me. And thank you, Jodie, for reminding us of Sapper's live stream. No, I'm never going to pick Harry. I'm not going to pick him. Sapper said so. Sapper said I'm like the Willie Rushton narrating not only storybooks, but any story like films or cartoons and all that, really doesn't, as Sapper said, you know. Well, hopefully, Mr. Bean's brilliant. No, Mr. Bean's brilliant, Bill. But interesting suggestion, Ginger. But there's another thing I want to show. I cherish this one largely. That is a cartoon portrait. That is a cartoon portrait of me. I mean, what does one think of this cartoon portrait of me? You know, I truly cherish this cartoon portrait of me. No, I well and truly cherish this one. This is the one I like this one the most. That's the one I really do like very, very much. I too like that one too, Stevie. No, I really do. Thank you, Loco. No, it really is beautiful. I like it very, very much. I really do. I really do like this one particularly. It really does capture me quite well. You know, he's got the roundish face of me. And in real life, my hair is brown, actually. It may look black, but can I tell you a truth, an interesting truth? My hair is in fact dark brown, and he's got it right, dark brown, because I'm not fully black, I'm dark brown, hair color-wise and all that. It was my dad and my brother who were originally dark. My dad was originally darker, but he's quite grey now, but it's my mother and I who are dark brown, for hair color, that is, and he got my hair color extremely right. And I particularly like this one. No, it really is a very well done to Sapper for getting this done for me. I cannot thank him enough for it. No, really, it's a truly brilliant cartoon portrait he did of me. You know, and all that. I don't know which station this could be. We couldn't rule out King's Cross, but, you know, we shall see. We shall see. Oh. And all that. And things, yes. Righty-ho! Now it is time to share why the 3rd of September 2024 is a special day. Well, the 3rd of September every single year is a special day. Obviously, most of you are not going to know the reason behind it, but I'm going to explain why. It's a bit sad because today marks the anniversary of a special man's death, unfortunately. But this man, he was one extraordinary man, and I'm going to tell you about him right now. I mean, but he was this extraordinary man. Wait, September is not a good month for me. Oh, why is that, Zeph? Why is that? Do explain, and I'll get to you later on that. I'll get to your reply and your review on that. No, but he was this extraordinary man who lived in Wales, you know, who astonishingly met Adolf Hitler, met Franklin D. Roosevelt. You know, he had and all that. He took part in the raid on Saint-Nazaire in France, and his father worked for the royal family and all that. No, it's not about my Edmund, someone totally different. And this would have been before my grandfather's time. You know, and even got now I'm going to share the story about this man. This man is Michael Clive Byrne, MC, or Mickey Byrne, to tell you of things. This is the special man I'm going to talk to you about. To tell you of things. Michael Byrne, born Michael Clive Byrne, and I know a Clive, Clive Smith, who's a follower of Trevor and follower of myself too. Michael Clive Byrne was born to Clive Byrne and Phyllis Byrne, who was formerly Stoneham prior to marriage. He was born to quite a particularly important family because his late father worked for the royal family, you know, at the time of a long time before King George, a long time before King George VI, our late Queen's father. So that's one part. He was the oldest of 4 children, having 2 sisters and a brother. Sadly, all unfortunately died before he did, and he was the oldest one. But and all that, but and little could he have thought he would lead to such an interesting life. And he was even known. It wasn't known until he spoke about it in his documentary. He had an affair with Guy Burgess, the former spy Guy Burgess, which people didn't know about spies back in the 1930s in his time. And he was openly gay and homosexual, but which back in that time was illegal, which, as you know, back in the 30s, homosexuality was illegal. And when he realized the homosexuality and realizing just how bad and how wrong it was, Michael Byrne himself, or Mickey as he was known, Mickey himself, he took himself to the police. He was never arrested on any homosexuality charges on all means, but but the police inspector, he described as a very sympathetic inspector, said, one day you'll find a woman. And he said that the inspector was right, but it happened much later on, years after the 1930s. He enrolled in Oxford University and getting a distinction in all subjects he partook in and all that he was studying for, because he couldn't do anything other than study at Michael Byrne MC himself. And he's been all over Europe and all that, and America and all that. And back in 1935, he, along with the Mitford sisters, Diana and Unity, also known as Bobo Mitford, went to Germany and met then, but we didn't know how evil he was, Adolf Hitler. He met one of the last surviving people to have met Adolf Hitler back in 1935. And he said something to Adolf Hitler, which he should not have said. And he said it was an appalling thing to have said to him. And he was ashamed of it, but I can't remember what it was because it was all German, he said. And then he saw Hitler later on. Hitler recognized him and gave him a copy of his Mein Kampf book. Hitler signed the Mein Kampf he'd specially gifted to Mickey Byrne himself. And after he signed it, he lost it the same day because it fell through a hole in the floorboards of his car. So quite an interesting twist and turn and interesting stories and parts of his life. But it wasn't until when he joined up in the army in 1937, it wasn't until sometime after he joined the army, and he wasn't even, because he was a journalist, joining the Times newspapers in 1936, but he wasn't all that long into the job before enlisting into the British Army in 1937. And it was when he enlisted in the British Army, he realized what Hitler was doing, which was so bad. And all that he was doing, to the Jewish people and Jewish community and all that. He described himself as very, very innocent when he eventually found out as to what Hitler was truly like and his true intentions. And here comes one of his most notable yet astonishingly big stories. Mickey Byrne himself, alongside many commandos, he was in the commando unit in World War II, this man. He was number 2 commando in the Operation Chariot on the Saint-Nazaire raid. Saint-Nazaire is France, where they left on the night of the 27th of March, 1942, heading off from Falmouth down to Saint-Nazaire in France on a little ML motor launch. It was an ML-142, which he was in. They were going into Saint-Nazaire in the early hours then of the 28th of March 1942, and one of his vessels came under fire, and then it was suddenly the ship he was on that was damaged, and because he was first to stand outside, he had time to jump off, but the others behind him on the ship didn't have time to jump off, and they sadly had to get out into the water, and he believed his commandos were either drowned or were hit, because he never saw his squad again after he jumped off the boat. And he also noticed just moments and moments of just absolute mayhem in Saint-Nazaire. All the Germans, opening fire for the last 5 or so minutes or several minutes on end as he got out in Saint-Nazaire, which he described as deafening experiences. When he was in the ML, his ML was hit. and everything around him was just being blown up. And he was also not too far from a watchtower in Saint-Nazaire. After fighting, much tireless fighting in the Saint-Nazaire raid, he was running in enemy territory, and he thought he could have been hit, and he did get hit. He was shot several times. He got shot in the back and both his arms, and then after he was shot in the back and his arms, and he still, even up until he died, he still had some piece of shrapnel in his back. And he said it was very bad to have enemy iron shot into your back, as you could imagine at the time of World War II. And once he was captured and was seen running in enemy territory, he was captured by enemy Nazis. And when he was captured, he was very conscious he was being filmed, and he got captured. So he put up his fingers like this in the shape of the V sign, which was seen and commonly known during World War II. As one could imagine, the V sign, V for victory, before it was eventually led to World War II success in the leadership of Winston Churchill. And after captured, he was transported to Colditz Castle. And whilst he was on the train, or in the transportation, let's say transportation, on the way to Colditz, his supervisor, who was looking after him, he was sleeping and he had his rifle leaning against him. And he just quietly took out the bullets of the rifle, and he did it as quietly as he could, because could you imagine, he didn't want to be seen, or his supervisor to be seen receiving bullets from his prisoner. And he went very, very red, his supervisor, and he just gave everything back to the supervisor, and then they just said no more about it. And then before long, he was in Colditz. Many, many times he just wanted to escape, as you could imagine, because there he remained prisoner of war in Colditz after he was captured for the remainder of World War II, before eventually being rescued and liberated by the Americans in April of 1945. And once liberated from Colditz Castle in 1945, following the suicide of Hitler and Eva Braun, he went back to the United Kingdom, where he was greeted by his much beloved sister, his late beloved sister Stella, who unfortunately died before he did, sadly. And once he moved back from the war, he back to England post-World War II, he moved to North Wales, where he was ostensibly to be a writer and a poet. And some time after liberation and after the war, he eventually married the love of his life, Mary Booker, who was 15 years his senior, who was married previously, having previously been divorced back in 1926. And so they moved to North Wales, which was where he lived just for the rest of his life. And he had a mussel business that transported, the mussels fish in Wales from the latter 1950s up until the early 60s, something like that. And he's written many books, many books of his own, from factual to fiction to poetry and to play. The factual books he wrote were known as Full Throttle, Wheels Take Wings, Alan Parsons' Scrapbook, The Labyrinth of Europe, The Debatable Land, The Age of Snake, My Lywood's Answer, and his autobiography, Turn Towards the Sun, which he wrote well over 5 years before his saddening death. Mary and Richard, because Mary, his wife, had an affair with late soldier Richard Hillary before he was killed in action in World War II. The fiction was Yes, Farewell, Childhood at Oriel, The Midnight Diary, and The Trouble with Jake in fictional, in all the fiction he wrote. And the poetry was Poems of an Accompaniment to a Life, which was his final book he published a few years before he died. Poems to Mary, The Flying Castle, Out on a Limb, Open Day and Night. And those are all the books he wrote. He ostensibly specialized in poetry and writing, and also had his own mussel business in the 50s and the 60s in North Wales, all in North Wales. No, it's not Derek and Clive. It's a completely different. Clive was Michael Burns' middle name, Sapper. Oh no, Zeph, I'm so sorry hearing about your husband taking his life on the 12th of September of 2011. I'm so sorry hearing this. Your lovely Pat passed away on the 1st of September. She was the best the best ever lady in your life. She died of a broken heart. I'm so sorry hearing this. Dawn Marie, I'm so sorry hearing this. Oh, Nicola, hello to Nicola in Spain. And thank you all for having Zeph's back. Thank you. We all have your back. We all have your back indeed. I know, yes. No, I agree. I agree. I'm sorry, Troll came in, who I recognized before. He's gone. Completely right, Sapper, completely right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Good evening, Mel. Good evening, Hobson Mel. Good evening. Well said. Well said. Very well said indeed. Good evening. Oi, oi, Hutch. Good evening. Sorry, I was talking about a notable man. A very notable man. Yes, well said, Bill. Completely right. No, he led to World War II success, Winston Churchill. He led to World War II success. No, not yet. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. There's more. I've got a little bit more on this man to share, but hello, Sandra. Hello, hello, hello to you. No, I completely agree about this man. I completely agree. Have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Marcia. You know, but more to share on the late Michael Byrne MC. You know, I mean, what a life. And after the war, there's this story that gets very, very notable. What he was best known for, one of his greatest well-known things for, after the war, he got a distress letter from the Netherlands, or Holland as it is known, saying that, you know, he knew the mother of the late actress Audrey Hepburn. He knew Audrey Hepburn's mother, the late Michael Byrne MC, to tell you odd things. You know, he got a distress letter from Holland that who was then a teenager at the end of the Second World War, that Audrey Hepburn was seriously ill to the point where she could have died. And so, and all she needed, Audrey Hepburn's mother, all she needed was cigarettes to pay for some medicinal, all medicinal medicines to help cure her daughter from the serious illnesses she was suffering from. So Mickey himself, without hesitation, sent over many, many cigarettes to Audrey Hepburn and her mother, over from England to Holland. And after he sent the cigarettes, sometime later he got a letter from Ella Van Hemstra. It's from the Van Hemstra family. He got a letter from the Van Hemstra family saying that he had saved Ella's daughter's life. And then later on, Ella's daughter, the actress Audrey Hepburn, her career came into fruition. So he was notably known to save the life of then a very seriously ill Audrey Hepburn as a teenager. I mean, what a man. What a man he truly was. And that was what really did captivate, that does captivate his character and his legacy. It truly captivates his legacy, this man. What an extraordinary man. Who'd met Hitler, Roosevelt, the Mitford sisters, took part in the raid on Saint-Nazaire in France, worked for the Times newspaper, had an affair with Guy Burgess, who people didn't talk about spies back in the 30s, but he had an affair with Guy Burgess, but he didn't know he was a spy back then because they weren't spoken about at the time of Oxford University, which he went to back in the 30s, you know, and all that, and got the copy from Mein Kampf and all that, which he lost the same day. And also decorated war hero because he was awarded the MC. So what an extraordinary man, and you know, living life in Wales, a happy life in Wales post-war with poetry and writing and the muscle business of the fishing and all that. You know, what an extraordinary man. What an extraordinary man this person was. Oh, have you got to go? Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now. Is anything all right, Jodie? I'm so sorry if I caused any offence. My apologies when talking about a notable man. I'm sorry if it caused you upset and offence. Oh, ta-ta for now. Yes, ta-ta for now to Jodie. No, Jodie, I'm sorry if anything caused you upset. I'm sorry if I caused you any upset. But ta-ta to Jodie for now. I think she's got things to do. But if I had caused her upset, I really very greatly apologise. Oh, yes, errands do. No, don't worry. I do hope you get through your errands okay, and they need to be done. Ta-ta for now, Jodie, but thank you for your assurance. But what an extraordinary man. So, to tell you all things, but to get into the reason why today is important, it will come soon, but I'll share the final parts about this man. About 1 or 2 years before he died, Michael Byrne himself, or Mickey himself, filmed his documentary, Turn Towards the Sun. It was shot about 1 or 2 years before he died, but it wasn't released until a few years after his death. And that was much in his later life. And just before he died, he appeared in a documentary called Colditz, the Legend. Colditz the Legend was his final documentary he appeared in. No, it was his the second final documentary he appeared in before his death, but his posthumous. The documentary he went in with his posthumous release was Turned Towards the Sun because it was released after he died. And other documentaries include quite a few things. He was in something called Jeremy Clarkson, Greatest Raid of All Time, representing the Saint-Nazaire Raid, the 65th anniversary at the time, which was a few years before he died, when this documentary came out, and Jeremy Clarkson represented it, But, he's no longer with us, Mickey Byrne himself, as you could imagine, because he met Hitler back in 1935, and it was at the end of the Second World War that he saved the life of the late Audrey Hepburn. Sadly, unfortunately, both Ella Van Hemstra, Audrey Hepburn's mother, and Audrey Hepburn herself, unfortunately died actually a very long time before he did. They died before he did, sadly, as did his wife, most unfortunately. Mickey Byrne himself very sadly passed away on this day of the 3rd of September 2010. He was extremely old. He was very old when he died, as you could imagine. He died on this day 14 years ago. So he just died of old age. But fortunately, he was in his own home. He died peacefully, in his sleep, in his own home. But the only issue was, a few months before he died, he suffered a severe stroke, which completely affected his mobility, unfortunately. But luckily, he did not have the stroke during his filming of his documentary. Fortunately, and very luckily. It was during his documentary he revisited Saint-Nazaire with fellow war veterans, the late Major General Colin Purdon and Tiger Watson. Well, Bill Tiger Watson, that is, who eventually became a doctor and general practitioner post-war when he got out of the army. And all that. And also revisiting Colditz Castle, which is now a museum, by the way. It's a museum which tourists can visit. It's a point of interest one can visit now, Colditz Castle Museum, the former prisoner of war camp. He revisited it just over a year before he died. And all that. But, yes. But what an extraordinary life this man had. But to get to the point, that's why today marks quite a special day, in my opinion, because of the anniversary of Michael Byrne's death. Next year will mark 15 years. Next year marks 15 years. It'll be the 15th anniversary since his death this time next year, to tell you all things. And to tell you something, even though he had a stroke, which is really not a nice way to go, he didn't die of the stroke. He had it months before he died. He'd already had it before he died. But, you know, astonishingly, he was 97 years of age when he died. He would have been 98, but he was 97 when he died. So before asked how old he was when he died. So he had a fantastic innings. You know, he lived a very long but really extraordinary life. It's what mattered during his life that he did that was most notable. And I shared with you what he was notable for. What an extraordinary man. What an extraordinary man. So is anything right? You know, but yes. So that's why this day is an important day to pay tribute to the late Michael Byrne MC. And for those of you who are interested or may not be interested, but sorry if I'm being a boring man. I'm trying not to be boring, but I'm trying to share this with you all. But sorry if it has came across as dreadfully or painfully boring. His documentary, one can buy his documentary on DVD on Amazon, I think. Because I've got his documentary, Turn Towards the Sun. I mean, Turn Towards the Sun, you can purchase it, you can purchase the DVD online to tell oneself of things. And I've got the DVD of his documentary, which I want, and I've been watching it for many years now. His documentary. I mean, I'd recommend his documentary big time. I'd recommend it 100%, Turn Towards the Sun. And, you know, but fortunately, before one asks him, prior to the stroke he was fortunately well enough to do his documentary, which he did. But I'll show you something quite interesting now, but sorry if it's too much to show. Okay. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you. Oh, everyone's popularity is different, Maureen and Steve, Evie, but thank you for your support anyway. Thank you. But I'm interested for a lot of history. I'm interested in a lot of history. Middle Ages, past history of all different eras, Ginger. I'm interested in all of it big time. I mean, big time, I'm interested in it. Completely interested in all of it big time for sure. But I'm going to show you something interesting. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. No. No. Oh, yes, share screen. Yes. Share screen. No, not that. Oh dear, I think I got it a moment ago. Do bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. No. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, there we are. Now, if I get it up, that was the late Michael Byrne MC himself. That was him as a young man. That was him as a young man. Oh, I love history regarding King and Queen's Bill. 100% big time, completely. 100%. But this, for those of you who are interested, that was the late Michael Byrne MC himself. Oh, have you got to go? Have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, if you've got to go now, Ginger. It's wonderful seeing you on here. Ta-ta for now. I've learned a lot about Henry VIII from secondary school. Very interesting Henry VIII history. It really is. But that, if you want to know, that was that was the extraordinary man himself. Oh, you're not going yet? Oh, okay. Sorry, Ginger, my mistake. But that was the extraordinary man himself, if you're looking at the picture of him right now. And all that. And so, yes. And just going to get another one up. And this was him. Oh, sorry. That was him following his capture at the Saint-Nazaire raid. That was him in Saint-Nazaire, France, 1942. He's the one with his hands up, and he's the one with all the hair, Michael Byrne MC. That's the one with the hair, to tell you all things. That's him, the extraordinary man himself following capture before his prior transportation to Colditz, and all that and so forth. And let's get another one. Okay. And don't worry, Loka, I will get it done soon, but I've still got the presentation to do. That was the late Michael Byrne MC himself on the left with his father on the right, back in the early 1930s. The previous picture was World War II. Yes, but this one was prior to World War II. That was prior to World War II, this one. That was him. You know. To get it up. Yes, that was a 1930s picture. Ginger, yes, that was from the 30s, you know. But this was him as an older man. That was the late Michael Byrne MC when he was about 95, something like that. Let's say this picture of him was taken about 2 years before he died. So that would have been, what, about 2008, something like that. So about 16 years ago. That was him in later life. Because he was 97 when he died, to tell all of you, as I shared with you earlier on. That was him in later life. And another interesting one to share. No. Oh, good evening to you, Christine. Good evening to you. Yes, no, that's a very long life to live. He was almost 98, but he was 97. But you get people out there who live to be 100, you know, Ginger, all over, more astonishingly. And this was him when he revisited Colditz. That was him in Colditz Castle. And for those of you who want to know how old he was then 96 years of age and revisiting Colditz in this very photographed picture of him. But could one believe he was 96, just 1 year before he died? This picture, could one believe that? And that was him revisiting Colditz nearly 65 years after he was released from there as prisoner of war, to tell you odd things. Imagine that. But could you imagine revisiting a former prisoner of war nearly 65 years later from when you were imprisoned there during the war, to tell oneself odd things and all that? Oh, and hello to Janet. What a surprise to see you on here. We were just conversant. We were conversant with one another earlier today, but it's a wonderful surprise to see you on this very live stream today. It's really wonderful surprise seeing you on here. I'm representing someone rather extraordinary, Janet. This man, he was extraordinary. But if you watch the replay, you will find out more about this man, because I was talking openly about this man to tell you on, to share off things. But wonderful surprise to see you here within my content. Wow, what a lovely surprise indeed. I haven't checked the Kentucky weather, but there we are. Never mind, Ginger. Just going to get myself a drink. Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Dormery. Have you got to go? If you have got to go, ta-ta for now. It was certainly wonderful having you on here. Highly, I too am not ready for cooler weather too, because sadly, as I aged and got older, I felt colder. But it sadly happens when you get older in age. Well, there we are. You know, but and another interesting thing to share now, if I can share, I'll share one more Colditz picture of the late Michael Byrne MC himself, or Mickey as he was known. That, if you can see here, that was another Colditz portrait. That, and that was him then, again, when he was then age 96, revisiting Colditz. Oh, sorry, Dormery, you were just having a conversant chat with Ginger. So sorry about my mistake and the impression I came under. And thank you, Ginger, for your friendliness towards Dormery. Thank you. But that was him again in Colditz in the spring of 2009, just over a year before he died, at the age of 96. So do share your thoughts on that. There we are. Okay, sorry, wait a moment. Wait a moment. Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Stevie. Ta-ta for now. Right here. And now that one was a little bit hard to look at. That was actually after he had the stroke. That was Michael Byrne himself after he had the stroke when he was aged 97. That was him within months before he died. Sadly, as you could tell, post-stroke, the frailer look and the affected mobility. No, but that was him before he died. to share with all of you. And there we are. There we are. No, but that one was a bit harder to look at, but there we are. But sorry if I've shown something rather hard, but that was him before he went. I agree, Janet. No, he really was a distinguished-looking gentleman, the late Michael Byrne MC. No, he really well and truly was, I must say. I certainly got to share this well, you know. But I will show you one quickly. I already shared it earlier on, but I'll show it for you to see, Janet, if you're still on here. Okay. Now, ready. Okay. But Janet, if you're still here, that was Michael Byrne MC when he was a young man years ago. That was him in the 1930s when he was in his 20s. That was him from many years ago. Very many years ago indeed. There we are. But that was the representation of the late extraordinary man, Michael Byrne MC himself. But may he rest in peace, our late Michael Byrne MC, as we commemorate this man on the anniversary of his death. Next year, on this day next year, it will be 15 years since he died. And in loving memory of our wonderful, late, extraordinary man, Michael Clive Byrne, 11th of December, 1912 to the 3rd of September, 2010. He will never be forgotten, and he will always be forever remembered for his extraordinary life and all the extraordinary things and commitments he was known to have done. I mean, truly remarkable, with beyond words, a truly remarkable man, a well and truly remarkable man. Michael Clive Byrne. No, he died, Dawn Marie, he died, sadly. He died on this day 14 years ago, Michael Clive Byrne MC himself. And today's the anniversary of his death. That's what I've been representing. There is strength in those eyes. Now I can imagine. No, I was shared. Right, gotta stop the screen. And other news, I've got to quickly get this news done before guest time. And we've got to finish up when we get to the 2-hour marker. So we're going to quickly get the news done and quickly get the guest time done. You know. Hello, HC. Hello to you. Thank you. Thank you for your support a moment ago. Thank you. Our chat friend, Michael. Oh, okay. I didn't see Michael Clyde. I've not seen him, but it was Michael Clive Byrne I was representing. No, we really do. For the commando units he led in raid on Saint-Nazaire, France, 1942, you know, and saving the life of, you know, a teenager who could have died, very young, but once her life was saved, she just unknowingly had a very famous career ahead of her and famous life. Actress Audrey Hepburn. He saved the life of Audrey Hepburn. Met Hitler, got a Mein Kampf autograph copy from the late Adolf Hitler. Knew the Mitford sisters, a very influential family, the Mitfords. I mean, what an extraordinary man. What more could we owe to this man? Saving the life of an actress in her youth when she was seriously ill. You know, rightly receiving an MC military cross for all that he did when serving in his heroism from World War II. You know. I mean, what an extraordinary man this person was. What an extraordinary man. Oh, Daphne, where are you? Sorry, Daphne, I'm doing a live. It's not the right time now. Daphne, where are you? Do you know where she is? Yeah. Daphne. And wait, I've gone a live. You know. Oh, Martin, hello. Martin, if you watch the replay, you'll be in for hearing something very, very interesting. You missed the interesting parts, but that doesn't matter. Don't worry. But if you watch the replay once the live is over, you'll be in for hearing something extremely interesting. Nebula. Hello to Nebula in Sidcup in Kent. Most of my family originally hail from Kent, Nebula. But hello to you in Sidcup in Kent. Sidcup, I've never been to Sidcup before, but my mother's in the background. Have you been to Sidcup?
Yes.
Okay, do tell us a little about Sidcup, because I've never been.
It was a long time ago. It's sort of near London.
Yeah, no, I know it's near London, that neck of the woods. Yes, I know that, but I've never been. But it's just someone on the live. She lives in Sidcup, Kent.
Hello to Sidcup.
Yes, hello from Sidcup. But my family originally live in Ramsgate, but my mother is originally from Westgate. But the family eventually moved to Ramsgate later on in life. I certainly will, Ginger. I certainly will. Ah, Lola, thank you, thank you. I mean, yes, what a great man, Nicola. Yes, what a great man indeed. Right, okay. No, I know you're Texan, Ginger. I certainly know that. Wait a moment. Got to shut the door. Now, the news regarding events, but Martin, if you're still here, when the live is over, on the replay, I truly believe you'll be in for hearing something interesting before you came on, but please don't worry about missing the interesting part, because there's the replay for it once it's all over. But news now. Martin, I remember Martin was asking me back in either the latter part of August if my event attending was over for this year. No, it's not over yet. The event attending is over for August of 2024. Yes, it is over for the month of August, but the September event attending has just begun. I attended actually on the Sunday, which obviously, as we know, by and large marks the complete beginning of September of 2024. I attended my first September 2024 event, being the Worthing Minis by the Sea car show event. Extraordinary event it is. I mean, well and truly extraordinary. It's an event, a car show, comprised of classic and modern day minis. It's comprised of classic to modern day minis. Worthing Minis by the Sea, to tell you of things. And fantastic turnout as usual. It's a fantastic turnout, the event, whenever it takes place. No, really, really well and truly fantastic turnout. You know, really, I've been attending Worthing Minis by the Sea since 2022, and I do not look back since attending it. How I found out about Worthing Minis by the Sea was back at the Parham Park Sussex Steam Rally in July 2022. Back in July 2022, I first found out about it. And once finding out about it, upon finding out about it, I was like, I want to give this event a go. I'm going to attend it. And so I attended it, and I've now been attending ever since September 2022. It's an annually held event, Worthing Minis by the Sea. It's an annually held event. Just to share all the bits and pieces to you, well. It's annually held and extraordinary. And the minis are just fantastic. The minis are well and truly fantastic. Yes, you were telling me you saw the video, didn't you? I remember you sharing with me before, Ginger. Yes, I remember. I well and truly remember, and I've not forgotten. The only issue with the small classic minis are them not being necessarily built. The classic minis are not necessarily built for people who stand over a certain height. But I know there are some of you on here who are relatively, who are not typically tall. Some of you are 5'6" and under on here. I mean, for those of you who are 5'6" and under, you'd be the ideal height to fit inside and out of a small classic mini easily. To tell you on things, if you're my best friend David's height, because David's 5'4" of height, you're talking a short man, David himself, he could get inside and out of a small classic mini by and large completely easily. Whereas if it's me, 5'8", 11 stone, which in the American and Canadian neck of the woods is 154 pounds, and to go with its size 8 UK feet, which would be a 9 US men's or a 10 US Canada women's, that is, because 8 UK is 10 US Canada women's or 9 US Canada men's, Canada US men's, to share a lot of things. I'm not exactly small. I mean, I'm not a necessarily big man. I'm by all means, I'm not a big man. I know that. I mean, I'm fairly small, but I'm not petite. I'm not petite, to tell you one things. I'm not petite, but I'm not entirely, but I'm fairly small, but not big. To tell you one things, I think it's about average bodily proportions for my height, 154 pounds or 11 stone, but the size 8 UK, that is, feet, because it's 9 US Canada men's or 10 US Canada women's, as I've shared before. And because of it all, I have to be careful to clamber inside and out of a small mini. Okay, say hello quickly.
Hi everyone. It's Daphne.
Say hello to me, Buzzer, and Daphne the cat.
Hello.
Say hello to Maine Coon Beauty. Yeah, no, she wants to get put down. Sorry, no, got to get represented. So because of that, I have to be careful to clamber inside and out of a small classic mini because of height and weight, and because of the sizing of my feet, I have to be careful. I don't always have sufficient footrest in the small classic minis. You know, I mean, I can sort of, rest the feet, but not properly. I'd have to pull the seat. The seat has to be pulled back in order to rest the feet, okay, on the footrest because of it. And it's difficult to get inside and out of a small mini. But if it was a modern day mini, for example, I could get in and out quite easily because they're bigger, the modern day minis. Those small, they're just bigger in size compared to the really small, proper classic minis, and all that. So, yes, and other events, I'm not going to share where they are. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to be, because if Harriet was on here, she'll get very overprotective and get very upset with me if I didn't. But my next events are for the 7th, 8th of September, and then another one on the 22nd of September and 28th, 29th of September. So how many more? It's the same event on the 7th and the 8th because it's taking place on both days. So it's 1, 22nd, 2, 28th, 29th. That's 3. So it's 4 events for this month. 4 events for September 2024. Your first car was the old Mini Clubman with wooden trim, showing your age. Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, they're wonderful. Oh, don't worry, Martin. Don't worry if you didn't remember I was going live. No, you did not offend. You certainly did not offend. No, really, you did not offend at all, Martin. You certainly did not offend whatsoever. I know, Loco, yes. I mean, I don't know how well Harriet's going to take to you saying it, but yes, I'm well and truly late. I had to get the news done. So I've got about 4 events for this month, and then I've got the October, but my last events are for November of this month. Martin, please, you did not do anything wrong. Rest assured on that. No, really, rest assured on that. Rest assured you did nothing wrong, Oh, thank you, Ginger. You certainly didn't have to, but thank you. The history lesson went on for a while, I know, yes, it really did. But sorry if it was too much for everybody, my apologies. But yes, now it's guest time. Thank you for reminding me, Loco, but I just don't know how Harriet and Sapper will take to it. But we'll have a good 30-odd minutes of guest time. Thank you. But one extremely strict ruling for the live streams, a very, very, very strict ruling: no games. No, if you're a guest and you're on here, no representing computer games. We have a no computer games representation policy, the representation ruling for the inspirational live streams. No computer games representations. And that is a strict ruling. But in the future, there is to be a gameplay live stream where one can represent games on it. But on an inspirational or Saturday live special, no computer games. And that is that. it didn't. It came to the stage where it was generally not well received, having computer games represented on the Inspirational Live. Yes, no, don't worry, I've got to it now. But we've got a guest in the green room. Our guest in the green room now, he's a rail enthusiast and also an event enthusiast, just to say. No, Martin, you can be silly. We're all silly. Even I'm silly on a live stream, but just we've got to be silly within reason. But please, don't worry. You're completely okay. Don't you worry. Harriet only needed to give you some advice, that's all. But you didn't know. But don't worry. You know what to do next time. All I can say to you, and certainly Dawn Marie, no worries whatsoever. Oh, and thank you, Nebula, thank you. But yes, he's just recently taken up event attending, and he's originally a rail enthusiast. Please welcome our good friend Loco. Good evening.
Evening.
Sorry about the late
Okay.
guest invite. We had a big history lesson which I had to represent.
It was rather interesting, I'll say, but just worried for time because,
not many people know of this late man. Not many
No.
people know of him. I mean, to be honest, you seldom anybody know of him.
I'm just cautious because I got school tomorrow, so I can't really go much late anymore.
Yeah, no, we can't go. We won't go. No, we're going to be finishing up once we get to the 2-hour marker.
Yes, year 11 now, so very important.
I know, it's your final school year.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Martin said something. You're a fool. I know it's true. Yes, I am a fool. You're not a fool, Martin. You're certainly not a fool. No, Dawn Marie, if Harriet seen something like this, she wouldn't take well to it. So, but thank you for your support to Martin all the same, but be careful with that sort of encouragement because that could upset Harriet and Sapper, to tell you one things. No, Martin, you can be silly, please, but just do it within reason. Everybody's silly on a live stream. Any guest is silly on a live stream, but just... but just do it within reason, that's all. It is, yes. It is. Chapper did his CGI portrait. To show it once again, for those of you who have not seen it, for those who have just come on.
Do a side-by-side representation.
I haven't got it on slideshow, but I've got it somewhere where it can be seen. Oh, God, no. Got to get rid of something. No. Oh, there we are. Oh, no. Okay. There we are. That's the picture. That's Loco's CGI portrait. That resembles you well. It completely resembles you well.
It does, actually.
Fantastic portrait. I mean, I must say, Sapper,
He's got the hair right and everything.
No, he really has captured you well. He really has.
He's got my hair to the side and everything. It's brilliant.
No, he really captured you well and truly well because he's seen you many times on the live. So he's obviously captured your style and technique.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
No, Hutch, Martin is not in trouble. He is certainly not in trouble. He was, Harriet only had to give him some advice as to what to do and what not to do on a live if he makes a future live appearance. But Martin is completely fine, Hutch. Do be assured on that. Really does, yes, I completely agree, Ginger. Yes, Martin, please, Martin, everybody's going to say there's no need, but if you feel the need to do so, that is certainly completely fine. But wait a moment, just got to get it to stop the screen, representation. But I'll have you on, Martin. I'll certainly have you on temporarily if you want to come on. You are making a hot water bottle tonight. Oh, okay.
Is it that cold already?
What's that?
Is it that cold already?
I don't know. I don't know why Bill's making the hot water bottle, but he has got reptilian pets. So that could be for them, but I don't know. We'll find out from him.
I see.
Martin did a parody of you, did he, Hutch? I had little realization of this. Or are you referring to Sapper doing the parody of you?
Probably Sapper, I guess.
That's quite possible. Oh, okay. We've got another guest in the green room. But please, he's not in the wrong. All Harriet really meant to do was give the man some advice as to what to do and what not to do in a future life. But he feels he needs to make the amends, and please, I would advise completely against criticism to him. But please welcome my wonderful good friend, Martin. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Martin.
1 second. Let me adjust my my thing. Thank you. Thank you for accepting me to this cabal. This lovely thing, and thank you for the hutch to give me like a bit of a shout out as well.
Thank you, Hutch, for representing Martin. Thank you. Dawn Marie is very happy to see you, and Dawn Marie was the one who just wrapped her arm affectionately round your shoulder.
Well, that is what's so lovely about this community, Foxy. You are a conduit to wonderfulness.
True
Thank
words.
you, Martin. Thank you, Martin.
It's great to see you as well, Loco. It's lovely to see you. Hope you're doing okay.
The real image, not the AI generated one.
It was a CGI portrait Sapper did.
It's good to see you as well.
So Loco is a CGI portrait.
I'll show you the CGI portrait, Martin. I'll show you. If I could get it up, I've just got to carefully, methodically do it. Just as carefully as I can. Got to minimize another thing.
There was talk about what do I do for a living and stuff like that recently.
It was Sapper.
Yeah. Can I just hang on a sec? Got this here.
Oh, brilliant. How wonderful. Sorry, I can't see it at the moment because I'm trying to get the portrait up.
I won't be a sec. We'll be back in a minute. Hold on.
Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful. NPL Master Practitioner. Wow. Wow. How wonderful. Very fantastic stuff, Martin.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, don't worry about a thing, Martin. Don't worry. All Harriet really meant to do was just give you some advice on what to do and what not to do for the future.
I
just
love
That is a Loco CGI portrait. What do you make of that, Martin?
is this a depiction of Loco?
It is a CGI depiction of Loco, yes.
I think it's very, very good.
Thank you, Martin. Just showing your CGI depiction, Loco. Martin just it.
Loco, are there similar things? Have you got a depiction of Foxy?
Yes, I'll show it.
I don't, but no.
I've got it. I'll show it. I'll show the CGI depiction.
Yours are brilliant.
And that's my CGI depiction.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant,
Love
Foxy. That is. I think AI is a fantastic thing that we are only beginning to appreciate.
It depends on the software.
I know, like Foxy.
Yes.
And Loco.
Yes.
Yes, Martin.
And I can appreciate that. That you two guys are very sort of with it and all that sort of thing. To be speaking to me is a very sort of probably a bit boring for you, I suppose.
No, it
I'm
isn't.
a massive. I know Foxy is a big rail fan, and himself. I'm a massive fan of She Loves Trains and Jeff Marshall.
Oh, good. Love a bit of him.
All these people. But I don't think maybe I'm a bit boring for you guys.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Go and share your story, Martin.
I've got no story, but I just have a love of trains and stuff. Like I used to go
I can second
to
that.
I used to go to like when I was like 15 or 16. Like I used to take my bike and then go down to like I used to go down to Level Crossing, the house that my mum and dad used to live in, and just enjoy the Level Crossing stuff. It's really sad, isn't it? But it's yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
That's a fantastic story. Because can I tell you, Martin, this reminds me of a story of when my late grandfather Edmund used to see the steam engines running near the back of his home garden in his Woolston home back in the 1950s, his Woolston family home. He and his late older brother Paul used to see steam engines running near the back of their home garden.
And did your grandfather ever tell you about the like the like in the 60s with the
Diesels.
bitching era and stuff like that?
You're talking about the diesels that come into
The
that dominate
bitching era
the
as well. Where steam was outlawed over the 60s, like the bitching thing and that
He
sort of
did.
thing.
He would have spoken to me about this. Yes, he did tell me very, very vividly about the rise of the diesels and when steam stopped in 1968.
I must
On
say,
the,
are you like I'm a lover of again, like I'm so sorry about this, but the Deltex and the
Oh, yes.
like the 67 like the diesels are fucking fantastic.
Love him.
You got the
I've never
and
seen a
you got
Deltec.
the you got the HSCs, the 125s,
Yeah.
and you've got the 225s. I'm sorry, so I'm just
Don't worry about it, Martin.
But I'm loving this.
I didn't know you were a rail enthusiast up till now. I simply never knew this.
well that's I mean like I love it. I love it.
I never
brilliant.
knew this.
So you got the Deltex, you got the 43s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a warship version of them too.
And I'm going to be sort of contrary here a little bit, maybe, but I prefer the diesels to the steam engines.
Okay, that's all right. That's all
I've got to
right.
say it's 50-50
Okay,
for me.
yeah.
Same.
Because
I'm
you got
about
like,
52.
because you got
When
out there.
you've got a Deltec, like, and it's like steaming out the like the all the soot and all that sort of stuff. Like that's a joy to behold.
No, I can imagine. I mean, I've never seen a Deltic as of yet, but they retired back in the 1980s.
They do rail tours, Foxy. Class 55 rail tours sometimes, I think.
I know that. I actually did know that. I knew about this years ago. And Dawn Marie's got something to share with you, Martin.
Oh, Dawn Marie, that's fantastic.
I
Grab
know.
some water quickly.
Can I just say, and this is to you, Dawn Marie, and I've touched on this with Foxy earlier, but the Foxy having the community of Foxy is to me something that is a lovely thing, and Foxy is a conduit to loveliness. Really, that's it.
Thank you, Martin. You know, the way I was brought up just to be good to people. I was taught, manners growing up and to respect people of all background and age, regardless. That's how I was brought up.
Quite right. And you've been your credit to your upbringing. Your credit to your grandfather Edmund.
Yes,
Your
who
credit
died
to
4 years
all of
ago.
this.
Thank you. Thank you. And sorry to be a little. No, sorry, I got it wrong. Don't worry, Martin, I'm still here. I was going to show something rather interesting. Sorry about this. But
Also,
this was me with my late grandfather Edmund. That was me as a tot.
bless it. Oh, Foxy.
That was
That's
me as a
so
tot.
lovely. That's so lovely.
And my grandfather, that was me from. He would have been in his latter 50s back then.
So lovely, 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 Foxy.
Thank you. I mean, excuse the look, but
Can I, Foxy?
yes, Martin.
I've got a photo album with me,
Yeah.
and this is I found it the other day, and it's me from 1991.
Wow, please show it.
But 1991, this is over 30 years ago,
Yes, no, that's true.
and I went to so I was 17. That'll give me age away now.
Yes,
But
because you're 50
I
years.
was 17, and I went to America for 3 weeks. I went to Detroit. I went to I saw a Detroit Tigers game. I
Wow.
went to and I went to Chicago and stuff.
Oh, no. Oh,
What would you like
dear.
to see of I wasn't the best person to the only thing I can think of. I'm looking at this now, and I've got the only thing I can think of like is in this album is like me looking like one of the Cray twins.
Which one's you, Martin? I can just about see.
1 second, hang on.
Are you the one with the dark hair?
No, I'm
Or are you
the
the
one
one
with
with the shirt
yeah.
and the brown hair?
Yeah.
That was you. So you would obviously, well, actually, can I tell you something, Martin? How I could just
Yeah, of
about
course.
tell it was you with the brown hair because you were the shorter one, taking into account your short height.
Yes.
Yes. Obviously, you're not as short as David, as I said before, because David's only 5'4".
But again, Foxy, last night you did a like a late night thing, didn't you? A late
That's
night,
true.
Sorry, I
and
have to
then
restart my
you did
computer.
2 late night things, and you are spellbinding and very very sort of watchable whenever you do anything like that. And I just love whatever you do. I just love your content.
Thank you, Martin. And we appreciate not only having you a part of it, but whenever you're making a live. And I do believe you've got a fantastic future on inspirational live appearances or Saturday live specials. Heather's on. Hello to Heather. Heather's saying hello to you.
Hi, Loki. Good to see you back again.
Something
I have
happened
to
to
restart my
your
computer.
So I'm trying to sort of get into so basically that I'm a nerd. I love like 30% of my YouTube content is Jeff Marshall,
Yeah.
Jago Hazard,
I know, Jeff.
and loads of stuff like about London Underground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I love all that, and also like talking about with Foxy with you, like there's like a the first electric railway in the Volks
Yes,
railway and
Vault.
stuff like that.
No, I know that one
Yeah.
very well. It had
Yeah.
its 140th anniversary last year.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great to see people like Loco, and sometimes I feel a bit sort of in awe about that, and I don't, and I know that I like what I like, but I'm not as interested as you guys.
No, not to worry. It just takes practice to do something good.
You know.
But you're a good friend, Martin. You represent yourself extremely well, and I think
Yeah.
there are going to be people who want you representing certain experiences or your rail enthusiasm. There are going to be people who would want that from you. I truly believe so.
Mhm.
Foxy though,
Yes, Martin.
can I just say that I'm concerned that have you had any sleep tonight?
Yes, I
Today,
had. Once the live was over, I slept immediately.
because I saw you must have been up to about sort of 4 or 5 in the morning tonight, and I was concerned about you and worried about you.
No, I was fine. I was fine. It was when I did it 4 nights in a row it had an effect.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
It's only if I did it 4 nights in a row that has an effect. 2 nights it wouldn't be so bad, but 4 it has an effect.
Can I just say, Foxy,
Yes, Martin.
there is no one like you, and that is brilliant, and that's what matters. There's no one like you, and that is what matters, and that's brilliant.
Thank you, Martin. I thought I'd show another good picture which may interest you by all means, but never mind if not. But I'll get it as quickly as I can, but I've got to be quick because we're not far off of 2 hours. Right here. Sorry about this. Open up.
I'm waiting on you to do
Just got to get it as quickly as I can. Got to get the share screen.
those. Yes, washing to finish off. A few more jobs on.
Well, sorry to disturb. But, that is David and I.
I love that picture of you too.
That's great. That's lovely. That's brilliant.
David's the short man on the left, and I'm the one standing on the right.
I love your friendship with David as well, Foxy. It's lovely.
No, he's a brilliant man, David. I mean, if you want to know, David's the short man on the left because he's only 5'4" of height.
Foxy, when was this taken?
This was at Detling in Kent. Detling Transport Show, the Detling Festival of Transport.
This year?
Yes, it happened in April.
You both look lovely. You both look fantastic.
Thank you. But just to let you know, David's bald in real life. He had a woolen hat on because he's bald.
I'm sure he'd appreciate you saying that.
Well, he knows he's bald. He's been bald since he was in his latter 30s.
Not like yourself, though, Foxy. You got a fantastic head of hair.
Yes, you said, as do you too, Martin. Both you and Loka have fantastic hair. Well, to tell you something, Martin, Hart, she's younger than you and he's already bald.
I'm not going to go into that sort of thing. I want to hear anything said about Hutch in the negative.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to say anything bad. I was just trying to share a point.
No, I know you weren't. No. Hutch is brilliant, and
Yes,
his
fantastic.
good lady wife as well.
Both he and Mel are fantastic. They represent good community, and they really represent
Yeah.
what we truly need in this day and age. Goodness and friendliness, being good to people. That's what we need in this day and age. It's what we
It's what
need,
counts.
friendship and kindness in our world and peace in our world. That's what we well and truly need. Sorry, I need to get rid of the picture now, don't I?
No, you don't need to.
But this is a 2024 portrait of David and I. But thank you for your review on that picture.
That is lovely. That's lovely.
Yes, and all that. But obviously, you can imagine what 5'4" and 5'8" looks like if you see the picture of us two.
Foxy,
Yes, Martin.
I can't explain how great you are, but
Thank you.
you just are. And,
Thank you.
And I know that a lot of people that are watching this feel the same. And there's no way I can explain that, but it is what it is.
No, you only shared your view, and that's okay. That's completely fine. And so thank you for your review, Martin. Thank you. And all that you had to share. Certainly was it enormously appreciated. Greatly. Now, you should have seen this fantastic couple at the Worthing Minis by the Sea event. I had to be careful to get inside and out of the small classic mini. Unlike yourself, Martin, you could just get in and out, taking your shorter height into account. You could just get in and out of the small classic mini easily without trouble. But when I got in and out, once I was sat in, there's this funny little couple, because they were short. The husband of the mini, the husband who was the owner of the classic mini I clambered inside and out of, he just walked up on the other side of the door to me, because I was in the right driver's seat and he was leaning towards the passenger seat. He got his hand out and was like, got the keys in my hand, so you can't take it. He was very funny. He literally just leaned over and just showed the car keys in his hands. Like, it was so funny. And I said, I'm not the sort of guy who would steal a mini. I said, the only person who would probably steal a mini, because he's small enough to get inside and out of a small classic mini, it would be Kevin Hart. He'd more likely steal a mini in a crime movie. Well, could you imagine Kevin Hart being able to easily get inside and out of a small classic mini and just trying to figure out how to drive it without car keys and steal it in a crime movie? Imagine that.
I'd struggle
Kevin
doing
Hart
that.
attack.
What?
I'd struggle doing that.
Yes, well, because we're taller than 5'6", aren't we? With you being over 6 foot, and I'm the second shortest one on here. Martin would be the shortest one here without questionable doubt, because he's only 5'5" of height.
Wow.
But if David was on here, he'd be the shortest one because he's 5'4".
Shorter and shorter, eh?
Yeah. Some people are tall, some people are short, but the owners of the mini, the very funny, humorous, but very friendly couple who own the mini, they couldn't have been anything more than 5'2", 5'3" between the two of them. They were short. You were talking a short couple, and they were far more than the ideal height to have gotten inside and out of it.
I see.
They were shorter than David and shorter than Martin. But were your parents short, Martin? Sorry to question.
He's dead. But they're really short.
No, I mean, before they died, were they short?
So my dad. All right. So my mum was born in Scotland, and my dad was born in Ireland.
Wow.
So if we judge it by stereotypes, I'm both tight and stupid.
But were they short like you?
Well, hang on, short like me.
Sorry if it was too much.
So my mum was pretty. Well, my dad was about 6 foot, I suppose.
Oh, he was tall.
My mum was maybe 5'10".
Okay.
found out later on that I found a lot. No, I was trying to think of something funny there, but I can't. Basically, like man, mum and dad are dead, so I'm an orphan. So that's not really a thing, is it? But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry for the loss of your parents, Martin, but interesting backstory about them.
Not your fault. Yeah.
Yes. But listen, we got to finish things up now because we're past 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for bringing stuff down a bit. I'm
No,
sorry.
you didn't. You didn't. You didn't bring anything down, Martin.
Is,
Rest assured on that.
Foxy, is Sapper about tonight?
He was on earlier on, but he mysteriously disappeared. I don't know where he's gone now.
Maybe he was
I
just
really,
observing.
I really enjoyed his was it Saturday? Like I really enjoyed his
Lyrics and
live stream.
laughter.
He's
Yeah.
he really got involved, and I really loved the live stream that he did.
Yes. Sapper went to bed. Oh yeah, he went to bed. But we've got to finish now, Martin, because we're past 2 hours now.
Okay.
But thank you, Martin and Noko. It was wonderful having you both on here.
Thank you,
problem.
Foxy. Thank you.
Pleasure, Martin.
See you next time.
Yes.
See you,
Ta-ta for now,
Loco.
both of you.
It's nice to see you, Loco.
Nice to see you as well.
And nice seeing you too, Martin.
And nice seeing you, Foxy.
Yes. Ta-ta for now, both of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, this is it. Wonderful live. Thank you. Yes, this is completely true, Heather. Good things come in small packages. Obviously, my family on my mother's side of the family would definitely understand the saying because they're all 5'6" or shorter, as I said to you before. Or everybody on my mother's side of the family. No, I remember you saying before, and yes, this is completely true. I know that because I'm shorter than you and your son, taking into account my 5'8" of height, which is obviously shorter than 5'9", but there we are. It's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh gosh, they were certainly tall. Wow. Did they model like you? Because they would have been the right height to model, to tell you what things, Heather. They really could have modeled with a height like that. But, yes, that's definitely model potential. Whereas mine, it wouldn't be. Neither would be mother's height, I'm afraid, but never mind, No, they loved sport. Oh, interesting. I was sporty. I was sporty up until I left school, but interesting. Thank you, Nebula. Big hugs to you always. Big hugs always. Thank you. No, I appreciate everything Martin said to me. 100% hugely do I appreciate everything Martin said. No, I don't think you could be tall enough to play basketball at 5'10". No, I really don't think one could play basketball at 5'10". I couldn't even play basketball at 5'8". I wouldn't be tall enough to reach the net, and I wouldn't even run fast enough, I'm afraid, Heather, no. Even in a 30 inside leg, because I'm a 30 inside leg with a 30 waist. Well, it's getting a bit far, sorry. But even with that, I wouldn't be able to run far, unfortunately. Rexy, we got Rexy in the green room. I'm sorry, Rexy, but we're finishing now. We're finishing. But next live, hopefully I'll have you on. Really, they played on a professional team? Gosh. Are you referring to netball? Because my mother played netball. Despite her having never reached a very tall height, she played netball at one point in her youth. Because my mother, having only ever reached 5'6" of height, as I'd shared before, she still seemingly she played netball in her youth, but she was obviously shorter than that as a teenager. She played netball, but never basketball. Basketball for girls, for the lady. Oh, okay. Now there's the difference. to play basketball men's, if you're, say, Shaq's height of 7'1", you could play basketball easily. You know, but could you imagine us with Shaq, or your son with Shaq, for example, with a 7'1" man, and certainly his huge physical proportions and everything? Not to worry, Josh, not to worry. We're finishing off, but you didn't know. You didn't know. He wasn't good, though. I always remember the story my mother told me whenever playing netball. I always remember that story she used to share, yes. Right, now it's time to finish off. Sorry if I got a bit conversant, but Heather and I, we go back a long time friendship-wise, but it was naughty of me to have gotten a bit conversant with Heather, but never mind. But yes, we're past 2 hours. It's time to finish things up. Thanks, everybody, indeed, for watching. Next live stream, 6th of September, 2024, 7:30. It's either 7 or I think, no, maybe we'll do 7:25, 7:30. Maybe not 7, but there we are. Time to finish things off. Thank you, Heather. Unconditional love always to you. Don't Moogs. Hello to you briefly. We're finishing things off now, but don't worry. Next live, 6th of September, to tell you on things, which is Heather's birthday, by the way. Next live, we have to wish a happy birthday to our friend Heather, especially if her presence is to be seen on it, you know. Night for now, Josh. Night. Good night, Sherry. Time to finish things up. Goodbye to all of you on here. Good night, and may your God go with you. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe, everybody, as Trevor Colt would so cautiously advise. Goodbye, and may your good wishes be bringing you great expectations of happiness. Wonderful.